Hello, welcome to the Climb to 1800. It is day 104, and we are going to jump straight into a game. And I hope that I get to practice the Sicilian because that is the opening that I need most practice with. And recently, I've been finding myself struggling to find motivation to study my openings courses. I don't know fully why. Sometimes I'm super motivated to like study, and sometimes I just like want to play the game instead. But yeah, the constant changing of my level of dedication towards studying the Nydorf and all my openings is kind of on a weird scale of like sometimes being super high, sometimes being super low. And let's see what our opponent opts for. They play d4, so we will not get to play the Nydorf. We will instead be playing the King's Indian maybe, or whatever they play into. Still possible to get a King's Indian, but it'll just be a weird one now. Okay, they play the fianchetto variation. Nothing changes with those first few moves. I'm going to be totally frank. This is one of the openings that I know least. The fianchetto variation is a very serious weakness of mine. I think that I have to go for c5 straight away. So I'm not going to waste any time doing that. I'm just going to do it. He is allowed or is permitted right now to force a queen trade after takes. Obviously, as queen takes, but then I have rook takes, so I'd be totally fine with that. But again, fianchetto variation is one of my weaknesses, so we'll see how I can deal with it, but who knows. Yeah, out of my opening course that's on the King's Indian, I've basically only made it through the quick starter guide, and of that, the ones that I'm always the most confused with are the ones where they castle kingside, and I'm assuming that he's probably going to trade queens, but he doesn't have to. Okay, he does not trade queens. Instead, what's his plan with this knight? Do I see a plan with that knight? I'm not sure I fully see the vision. Obviously, he just wants to activate, and he wants to make it so that his bishop is fully seeing the board. I mean, the simplest is obviously just to trade, but I don't really want to trade. I could also play. No, I could not play that. That would be a dumb move because after takes, I'm losing. I think the simplest I should probably just trade, or I could even play like knight to d7, and I think that I will play knight to d7 actually. That seems the most no nonsense because it's going to force his knight out of my territory. And I mean, obviously, if he doesn't do that, I just win the knight. And then I'll probably trade. Wait a minute. After takes, he actually has takes. Never mind. That would have lost a rook. Wow. Yeah, I have to be very careful of this bishop. So never mind. Forget that I said that. Instead, I think I might just trade the queens. It's funny going through that. And actually, no. I'm going to play queen up to here with the idea of protecting this pawn and allowing me to play knight to d7. My only worry is that will give him tempo on my queen, possibly. Yeah, already I'm super uncomfortable, if you can tell. You know, let's play this. My only worry is what if he just, you know, let's play it. And then if he plays bishop to e4, which I think he probably will, I'll have to reconsider some things because that will make me kind of lose tempo on the queen because I can't allow any tactics with like knight takes f7. In fact, I think that bishop to f4 makes the move I just made very bad. I don't know why I made it. I wasn't really thinking too clearly. I just kind of played a one mover. But anyway, sometimes that's what you do. I mean, you don't want to, but sometimes it just happens. And you gotta play the cards where they're dealt. If he doesn't play bishop to f4, I'm definitely playing knight d7 on my very next move. Or rook to d8. One of those moves. However, rook to d8 does allow queen to b3, which actually it looks like it's putting quite a bit of pressure on my b7 pawn, which I don't love. But yeah, he has a lot of considerations. By the way, actually, I'm not totally sure. Okay, actually, I was going to say, after bishop to f4, I might have had the move knight to h5, which actually might have been really annoying for him. Because then he doesn't have any tactics with his knight or anything. So who knows? That did not, in fact, end up happening. So let's just move on. And, I mean, I'm not sure I can go too wrong here. I'm just going to play knight to c6. Blunting his bishop's view of my rook is the main idea. And then I'm probably going to play b6, bishop b7. Yeah, I just don't want to trap my rook because I had a game, I don't even know how long ago, maybe like day 70 or something, maybe even earlier than that, where I did end up losing my rook in the fianchetto variation, and it hurt. Yeah, it did not feel good. Oh, by the way, actually, bishop f5 would have been a major mistake had he played it here, because actually, after knight h5, he's struggling to both defend this with while keeping his pawn structure, because I would have two attackers on it, and then I would also be threatening b2 myself, so that's probably why he didn't end up playing bishop f4. But I'll analyze it after the game, of course. And this is going to be a test of my adaptability because, again, this is not my cup of tea, but it is what it is, and you have to play the cards that you're dealt with, even if you're not feeling it. But the main consideration for me in the openings nowadays is just to play principled and play fast. Did I really just blunder that? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I blundered that. Because now that is undefended, so I should have this move. I should have knight to e5, right? Right? Yeah, no. I should have knight e5, at least winning back my pawn, right? Yeah, knight e5, then this pawn is hit and the knight is hit. It's undefended. So knight e5, the best he can probably do to try to keep the pawn is maybe like b4, but even then I just take the pawn. Okay, I think that I'm fine, but I am slightly annoyed that I didn't see that. I feel like I'm like only half seeing the board right now, which is not a great feeling. Is there anywhere better for me to move my knight, by the way? Like, I'm not sure that e5 is the best place. Maybe this is... No. Rook d8 is a bad move because it gives him time to defend his pawn. So let's play the move I was talking about. But I assume he's calculated this and seen that it works out in his favor, which does worry me. But hopefully I'm okay. And I think I am okay. Even if I am down a pawn, which would be so annoying to have blundered, but I don't think I did blunder it. Pretty soon I'm going to want to be playing rook b8 so that I just kind of remove the annoyance of the x-ray. And obviously he can't take right now because I have two defenders. So it looks like we're just going to be trading both pawns because I really don't think he can keep it. Although, maybe he can, who knows. I've been wrong many times. And now I'm just yapping, waiting for him to move, to be honest. But I'm like, I need to slap myself awake because for me it's like 11:30, which isn't super late for me, but still not feeling like I'm at my prime, which is never an excuse though, because you always have to be ready to play the cards that you're dealt. But we're going to see how our opponent responds to this. When they took 1 minute 19 seconds to take on c5, I kind of assumed that they were going to have a follow-up ready after the queen discovery, but it appears not. It would appear not. Worth noting, bishop f4 doesn't work, I take. b5, again, I just take this pawn, and then I should be fine. f5, I just take his knight, and then if he takes, I'm up a pawn. So none of those moves work. However, does queen... Nope, that loses a queen. Wait, does queen... Oh. That might preserve the pawn. Dang. Yeah, that might preserve it because it takes, then he defends it. Why don't I'm playing so bad? Oh wait, no, it doesn't. I just take here. Wow, the level of my chess is absolutely bafflingly bad. However, I don't think that actually works because after I play knight takes c4, does he have queen here, pinning my knight to my queen and forcing me to lose it? Because my queen is undefended. I might not be able to take. And I might have actually really messed up. Now, obviously I want to take, but the better question is if I can. Wow, I'm playing so badly, but okay. My rambling has gone on long enough. Let's find the move. Here. Queen here. Sorry, no. I meant here, queen here. I can't move my knight back defending my queen, unfortunately. And anything else, he's going to play b4. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here. Here. Then, no, I can't move my queen anywhere to defend it, unfortunately. Because if I can move my queen to, like, here, then that would work. But obviously his bishop is x-raying me. And now I'm spending so much time in this move, but I feel like I really need to. Otherwise, I'm just going to be totally lost. Wow, I just got so outplayed, and it wasn't even like a... I just played trash. Here. I have no checks, no discoveries. I have really nothing. I think that rook d8 is probably the best I have. But I really don't want to give up the pawn that I just lost. Do I have any... Yeah, no, I've no defense. I've got to just move on and accept that I blundered. Alright. I've accepted it now. I've accepted. Dang it. I can't believe I blundered a pawn that early on. That's... And it's such a one-move threat. It's ridiculous. But it is what it is, as I often say. And maybe I'll come back. One pawn at my level is not the end of the world. Now, if I lose 2 pawns, then we're starting to get cooked. But right now, we should be surviving. I mean, I've lost games up a queen, so I can't even talk. And my opponent is not from a specific country, it would seem. It says they are international. Very interesting. And by the way, I am threatening to take this pawn now with the queen because the knight is no longer hanging. Because, oh wait, actually, is it? Because here takes would hit my queen and then takes. Yeah, never mind. I am not threatening that. I'm definitely not threatening that. Wow, yeah, this is not looking too hot. But that's okay. Sometimes you gotta work from down in the position, and I'm done feeling sorry for myself. Opponent has got to prove his advantage. And they're going to take the necessary time to do so. And by the way, sorry I'm so low energy. I'm like almost sick. So that's why. And maybe that's why I'll excuse the terrible chess today. But I'm expecting a move maybe like... I mean, B3 is the obvious move. But after that, I'd probably take the knight and then play against the weakened D3 pawn. Yeah, because after I take here in the future, then takes, this pawn is going to be like a permanent liability. That's actually going to be pretty difficult to defend. Takes, queen d7, And he actually has no way to defend it. So I actually am threatening to win the pawn back. Unless I'm missing some defense, which I probably am, knowing myself. But yeah, wait, what did I do? I literally just, one move, just blundered it, which is absolutely wild, but it is, it is what it is, as I often say. Okay, so he's moved out of the pin. Wait a minute, but now don't I take this pawn? Because his queen is hanging. So then he has to recapture, then I recapture. Right? Yeah, his queen is hanging after that, so he'll be forced to take my queen. Or not forced, but he'll either have to do that or move his queen, and then I'm totally fine. Okay, so it looks like I got a second chance in life. And his queen is not defended, so let's just take. I don't think that was his best move at all. But I'm not complaining because I'm now back in the game. And, you know, the tides turn as quickly as that sometimes. And you gotta take what you're given. And now I'm just spouting terrible advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, let's do that. Let's do this. And material equality is restored. That feels nice. Okie dokie. Now how to advance the position. I want to free my bishop. And I think that bishop f5 is reasonable. I do see that this pawn would be hanging, but don't I have rook b8 after that, winning the pawn back in the middle? I actually don't think I do, because after this, he actually can play take, rook b8, and then attack my knight, which is the issue. So first I'll play rook b8. I just want to, even if this isn't the best move, I really just want to stop worrying about the b7 pawn permanently, so that I can push it or something. Like, I'm tired of it being restricting. So in the near future, I'll now be able to move my light squared bishop. And even though I have a very, very, very limited knowledge of the fianchetto variation, one thing that I do know is that you very often see moves like rook b8. Now, I mean, did I just lose a tempo, or am I okay? I think I'm okay, because I don't have e5, because obviously I just, that's a counting exercise. But I'm just not seeing anything right now is the bigger issue. Okay, my plan right now is just to go, my knight's going to be kicked out very soon anyway, so I kind of might as well move it back and then play knight h5, opening up the center. So let's do that. However, after this, he can put more pressure on the knight, which is slightly annoying. But actually, even if I play knight h5, and then he plays, even after knight d6, knight b5, I still have knight h5. But then he actually plays this, and wow, this is getting very aggravating to play against. I'm just not seeing moves. No. Let's play this move. I'm very sure that it's probably correct. I'm very sure that it's probably correct. Here, here, here. No, that doesn't even work, because now he's a double threat on this pawn too. Yeah, I'm just going to have to accept the fact that I just really screwed the pooch. I think. So I just gave him tempo, basically. Which is very annoying. But I'm going to have to deal with it. My next move almost certainly is going to be knight h5, because I can't let his bishop stay there under any circumstances. And then he'll probably attack my e-pawn, but I think that I can defend that pretty easily. So right now, since my brain isn't working, I'm going to have to take this on a step-by-step basis. And you know what? Sure, I lost a tempo, but is that the end of the world on my level? I don't think so. Well, we're at that. It might be yo-yo time. Oh, I'm so bad at yo-yos. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Forget I did that. Okay, so obviously what he's threatening is just knight to d7, and then I go here, and then he's going to be trapping my knight. And my easy move to stop that, I think, is definitely going to be knight to d5 now, because that defends this square. And then if he doesn't move his bishop, I will just end up trading the bishop. The worry though is, what if he actually does trade the light squared bishop for it? Here, here, here. Oh, then he forks me, so I actually can't do that after all. Here, 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 here. Wow, I'm just getting outplayed. Wait, no. Now no, I still don't have knight. Oh my god. Can I think, please? Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think I am okay. Because I do have a4, a5. If all things go wrong, here I can still kind of escape. But then, and then I do actually get b6. Hey, so if I can't fail to calculate anything better, I will end up just playing a5, but that's like a worst case scenario type of thing. Oh, I think that better would probably be knight to d6, sacrificing pawn structure for safety. Yeah. Let's play knight d6 instead. That seems much less weakening. And sure, I'll be getting an isolated queen's pawn, but in a lot of cases, that's actually more fun anyway, so I don't really fear an isolated queen's pawn. And if he doesn't take, then obviously I take him. So he does have to take or move his knight. Or go to c7 right away. He could do that too. But then I just play like rook b8, and that's kind of a move I wanted to play anyway, so I don't see how that benefits him, per se. But the main issue is that I'm looking at the board, but I'm not seeing the board, if that makes sense. It's one of those days for me. However, I'm not going to count myself out until checkmate is or isn't made. And by the way, no other move works because, again, his knight is hanging right now. So yeah, I'm gonna get the isolated queen's pawn, free my knight, free my bishop up. I'll probably have some clarity in a moment, unless he manages to put me in further binds right now. But the major lesson from this game, even so far, is just I need to study the fianchetto variation, because I do find myself getting terrible positions against it quite often. And next order of business is obviously to kick away the bishop. Okay, he attacks my bishop, but I think that is definitely more on the side of just clean development. If I play knight to h5, he's probably going to move his bishop, attacking mine, my rook. And I don't really want to let that happen. I also don't really love playing rook b8 right now, because that would just kind of ask for tactics with things like knight to c5. So instead of all that, let's just play knight h5. If he plays this, I mean, worst case scenario, I actually just... Oh, that doesn't work, and I'll tell you why if he plays it. It doesn't work because I actually take here. What am I talking about? That's literally defended. Oh my god, I can't see the board. Okay, if he does play this, I'm probably going to have to play bishop to f6. Or I can just play rook e8, because this bishop or this pawn wouldn't actually be attacked. But obviously it depends on what he plays, and he opts to slide back instead, which I appreciate, because now I can activate my bishop. Obviously this fork doesn't work because it's not defended. So let's play the move I've been wanting to play for a while. It does seem like it blunders a pawn here, but it actually doesn't, because I have rook b8, and then after he moves somewhere, I don't know where he's going to move, but say here, then I actually win this pawn. So all would be equal there. And then I would take his knight. So let's play it. If he wants to get greedy and take this pawn, be my guest. I am done with defending it. If he doesn't get greedy though, I'll probably play rook b8. One thing I am seeing now that I didn't see before, that I am a little bit worried about, is rook to c7, which I did not see. Story of my life. After rook c7, I probably have to take this knight, and then just take this pawn, and then just be happy with the fact that I'm trading this pawn, but it's going to be equal in the end. But I am down 2 minutes, which isn't terrible for my standards, though. So I should be holding on, but how long I can hold on is another question. And something I found interesting is in games like this, it isn't really me versus my opponent, it's me versus myself. Like, you can hear me just trash talking myself. Ooh, my yo-yo did not come back. It did not yo-yo. And that's a big issue for me, is just mindset. Okay, he does defend his knight, but I'm not sure that actually means much, because after I take, no matter what he takes with, I am taking this pawn. He would get more pressure on b7, though. I could also just push my isolated queen's pawn and threaten to stick my bishop and force the trade. But dang, have these pawns been annoying or what? Let's see. Takes. Obviously, he's planning on taking with the rook. And takes here. Then I would probably have to drop all the way back. And then he takes my pawn. And then, I mean, it's equal, but he's also threatening the x-ray on my knight, or on my rook, so I can't really let that actually happen. You know what? Let's play this mega conservative and just defend this pawn before, sorry, and then just defend this pawn so I can slide my rook to b8. Wait, if I push this, he just takes there. Okay, new idea, stacking the rooks. He does have this move, which of course I didn't see. But after that, I should be okay because I would have rook c7. Obviously, the reason that his move works is because my pawn is pinned. Oh, no, it isn't. I can just take. It's defended. Oh, my God. Okay, so I'm playing chess, but I'm not actually playing chess. Interesting. Let's see. Takes. Okay, now I should be fine. I should be totally fine now. Because now I am going to play this, and my nightmare of a pawn should be dealt with. Let's just play this, and my pawn nightmare is over. Okay, and now next I'm going to play rook somewhere, and then I'll play, and then I'll push b5. Okay, please let my nightmare be over. Although the new nightmare is my clock. Unfortunately. I'm going to have to pick up the speed, even at the cost of maybe losing quality in my moves. However, with the quality of moves that I've been playing, I'm not sure that I can lose too much quality, in all honesty. But now this has gone to a blitz game, pretty much, because, okay, he's clamps down on my position. He did not want to let me play this, which does seem like a pretty decent move. However, I can probably just push this pawn and then attack his bishop and then play b5 or something in that order. You know what? I changed my mind. Let's start going on our own attack and not spending too much time. Now I'm threatening this pawn, which he cannot just push. That doesn't work. And finally, I'm on the offensive because this pawn is defended now. But I'm not out of the woods yet, by any stretch of the imagination. By any stretch of the imagination at all, in fact. Okay, he does just push that pawn. That obviously creates some weaknesses, but whether they're weaknesses that are exploitable is a different question. However, I might just start rerouting my knight. In fact, let's just do that. I don't want to waste too much time because I have 2 minutes. Ideas are now starting to flow. Obviously, my knight's more active on the square, even if it's at the cost of my dark-squared bishop. His knight is obviously pretty loose right now, which is a good feeling. And I can probably, if I feel like it, play bishop to e4 on the next move, which I do think is a good move. Because finally I'd be blunting his crazy strong bishop, which has been strong the entire game. So if he doesn't play anything to stop me or play anything to give me reasons not to do this, I'm almost definitely going to play bishop to e4. And even though his bishop does look pretty strong on b6, it's really more of a nuisance. He can trade rooks right now, but I'm not sure how much value that would give him. In fact, how much value that would give him at all, because then I could play b5 after defending my d-pawn. He's probably contemplating playing rook c7 right now, but I'm not afraid of it. In fact, I probably wouldn't trade. I'd probably, well, you know what? Let's not ask too many questions until I have to. Yeah. My biggest fear moving forward is my isolated queen spawn, my IQP, and whether or not I can defend that is going to be the question of the game. Now my opponent is running pretty low on time now too, so let's just calculate if I am going to take after he plays rook c7. Takes, obviously this bishop is hit. Sorry, this pawn is hit. Then I don't like the fact that I have to defend it in a pretty awkward way since I can't play rook d8, so I'm actually not going to take if he plays rook c7. Instead of that, I am going to... Okay, he doesn't play that. He instead attacks this pawn. So let's just do my idea that I had before. Actually, this is hit pretty seriously. Oh, no. I'm definitely playing this, and I'll tell you why. Because after takes, I win tempo because he has to defend his knight. Which means that he's going to be a little bit slower than me. So, since we're both at 2 minutes now, time is a very real consideration. And finally, his bishop has been blunted, which is massive. And if he doesn't take it, then I'm going to play bishop to c6, which will stop any rook c7 ideas. So let's just pre-move the recapture, because obviously that's what we're going to do if he does end up taking. And every second is going to count here. Do I think he's going to take? No. Probably not. Now, that is the move I thought he was going to play, but now I have such a strong bishop. The only annoyance is this pawn is becoming harder and harder to defend. Yeah, this pawn's getting very annoying to defend, in fact. I could play my bishop back, but then I'll probably actually just take and ruin my structure. Yeah, that's very annoying that I can't draw back. Here takes. Then I have no tactics somehow. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and play the move. Even if it makes me positionally a little bit worse. With the clock situation right now, I can't waste any time. So my pawn structure is ruined, but I've got to suck it up. I have to just keep on moving forward. And my next move is probably going to be knight to e4. But maybe not. It all depends on what he does, of course. This pawn is actually not my biggest worry. My biggest worry is the rook behind it, because it is undefended. So any tactics against it might be devastating. For example, even just bishop to c5. Right now it isn't a big threat because I can just play rook to d8. But in the future, things like that might be very annoying. And we are up on time for the first time this game, which is a good feeling, but not with this pawn structure. And now this is going to become a very scrappy battle where one person comes out alive. And my opponent is under a minute. Okay, he attacks the pawn, but I'm not sure that's a great idea because now I think I just push. Obviously, he did that so that his knight wouldn't be hanging to any tactics. But let's just push this. I don't see any useful squares for his knight besides maybe. No, not even there. So he is going to have to retreat, which is great for me. And now we are going to first play rook here to win some tempo. You could go here, but then I just go back down anyway. And I am chilling. Or even play rook to c6. And opponent is at 50 seconds. So this is not going to be a battle won by honor. This is going to be a battle won by playing dirty, maybe. Okay, he does move back, which makes sense. You know what? Let's just try to trade it off, maybe. Let's keep up the time pressure. If he takes, obviously we take this way, repairing the structure a little bit. And let's pre-move king captures. Obviously, though, the terrible thing is that he now has rook to c7. And I definitely should have, in hindsight, played rook to c6 before I did anything else. I have to recapture. And now he's going to play rook c7 and be totally fine. I mean, be winning maybe even. Okay, I have to take this way, obviously. And rook c7 is devastating. But it's actually not as bad as I thought, because I do have this move. Okay, now he just blocks me. But is that the end of the world? I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to have to double these rooks so that I can try to trade. And actually, I don't think that his move was the best because now we can't play that. Okay, let's start bringing the king in. It's high time to do that. And then after bringing the king in, I'll be able to move my rooks freely. Well, his are maybe not tied down, but they're kind of preoccupied, I'll say. Okay, let's bring the king in even more. And then we're probably going to play f4. just to keep some space. And by the way, my D rook is kind of free. However, obviously I don't want to give him... Okay, let's play f4 because he's at 37 seconds, and I think that this move is decent at least. And decent I'll have to be satisfied with for now. Okay, okay, well, what do I even do at this point, honestly? Okay, let's bring my free rook into battle. Let's play this to fully stop his movement. What's his plan? I don't see how he's going to get in. Oh, we can't play that. Is he going to try to get all the way over here? Wait, I have an idea. I'm going to play up here, then push, then play rook f8, push, takes, 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 takes. Is that even worth it, though? Oh my gosh, this is actually definitely bad for me. I don't fully comprehend why yet, but I know it is. Okay, well, let's just move the king up. I don't see what else is going to be super useful right now. Okay, so he definitely wants to get in here. Definitely. Okay, let's try the idea that I had, because I'm not sure what else I have to do. Okay, so he plays the move. And now I'm going to play my idea. Here, takes, 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 takes is my idea. So let's do it. Obviously, he can't take that. Oh, okay. He can blunder a rook. All of that, and then he blunders a rook. And he resigns. What was that game? Oh my gosh. He was playing so well and like crushing me, I think, until that very final moment. That's why you don't give up, I suppose, but... What? Okay, and I actually wasn't even losing. I mean, I played at 85% accuracy. We'll see what my big blunder was in the end. And it was f4. I should not have played f4. Why? Why? Wait, why? I guess he could have taken this way? But then don't I take here? Oh, he takes this first. My pawn first. Then after takes, 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 takes. Sorry, not that. Takes. Oh, he takes with check. Wow, I play d4. Then he takes. And now he's fully winning because he's getting over here. Okay, so I fully blundered there, but opponent obviously missed it. Okay, let's go all the way back from the beginning because I feel like I misplayed that severely. All this is fine. All this is book. And then queen. Okay, queen c7 is fine. Since this is still theory, let's see what the main move is. The main move is knight f to d7. That makes more sense. And I think that I actually said that I might have played that, but I just didn't for some reason. All this is fine. Wait, I'm not even losing? Okay, I lost the pawn, but apparently that's not even that bad. It was this move that was bad. Wait, I could take? What? But after queen to c2, then what? Wait, what? What about this? Wait. Oh my gosh. What I missed. Taking here. Takes. Then I move this knight. To like, I don't even know where. To sorry, to, like, let's say h5, then I'm hitting this. Then his only move is to, maybe go, no, here? Wait, this is getting so, then takes, okay, so apparently I was fine, but that would have gotten super complicated. Instead, I missed it, and I did end up losing the pawn. Then all this ensued. Yeah, that move was bad. I should have played something else, because obviously he found the right move and just kicked me back. Instead, I should have moved my knight, I suppose, but it is what it is. Okay, and then pretty much this is fine. Maybe I'm not playing the absolute best moves, but what I'm playing is decent. Okay, that bishop f5 was a mistake, though. My pawn, because I just blundered a pawn that he didn't take. Instead, I should have pushed it to stop his side of this. I don't know why I didn't do that. I was very hesitant to push d5 for some reason, pretty much the entire game. What he missed was literally just taking this, but I thought that after this, I kind of win it back. Oh, no, because he has this. Wow, okay, so I missed that, but so did he. And then this is fine, all this is fine. He did get a very strong bishop, which I was very annoyed about. But I finally get to move my rooks in return. Then my move was bad. I should have pushed, as I should have done so many times before, because he found... Oh, I thought that his move was good. I guess it wasn't great. Wait, what? How was this decent? Because takes... Doesn't he just take? No, because his knight is hanging. Wait, so it wanted me to drop the exchange. No! Because this is hanging and this is hanging in the end of that line. So d4, I take on d1, and it's all equal yet again after he recaptures. So I missed many chances to simplify, thinking that I was losing pieces. But in my defense, it was slightly more complicated than, like, non-trivial would be. And now it's just, well, maybe white has a tiny advantage, but I'm fine. Should have moved it up 1 square instead of moved it up 2. Now it's just pretty much equal. But let's see. I thought that I was bad here, and yeah, h5 was an inaccuracy that I just played kind of fast. I should have just held my horses, because once pawns move, as you guys know, they can't move back, so no reason to really rush pawn moves. And then f4 is a terrible blunder because of takes this way. Then after takes, he actually takes here first, which is crazy. By the way, it doesn't work if you go this way, because I have knight takes on d5, takes, and now I have, wait, how isn't this losing? Because this. Oh, it's because I'm faster. Wow, okay, so you have to take with the other rook, but he didn't catch that, he blundered. Here, I was playing this, and here I actually would have been winning, so I did calculate that correctly. The issue was that he had the intermezzo. Now he didn't find it, so I ended up being okay. And by the way, here I'm not okay, because now I'm a tempo behind, and he is fast enough. Oh, that's not good. c6, knight f3, d4, and now I can't take here. So my best move is... Oh, wow, I can't even take, and I can't push. So, yeah, obviously white is just dead one there. But anyway, very odd game, because I just felt so uncomfortable the entire time. Ended up being decided by a one-mover. So thank you for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow. And I promise you I will have more energy. I'm sorry today was... I don't know, my head was just not in it. So I apologize for that. We're back up to 1650. Feeling good. Feeling motivated. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a great night.